right. So, Freedom Team, good morning. If you are new with us or if you are a guest with us, welcome. We are here every Tuesday. We've been doing this for a long, long time now. A whole archive of these trainings, stored up on our YouTube channel and our website, all kinds of stuff. So, I know some of you are fairly new to our group. It is great to have you here. Some of us have been around for a while. It's always good to get together and share stuff. We're just helping each other in our businesses. So today, guys, I'm excited to have Alicia on. Alicia Collins. She is in Wyoming, pretty close to us here in Colorado, and been in business, in real estate for over 20 years. She and her team, they sell over 250 homes a year, and she does it through video. This is what she does. When she got on here, when I welcomed her into the Zoom right before we got on here, she was in the process of editing videos, and she's been doing videos for about 7 years. But she said even now she's got 2 leads that came in just this morning into her inbox. I mean, she's just constantly getting these leads, and she's doing it through video. But been with EXP for 2.5 years. Alicia, this doesn't benefit you in any way at all to be here with us, but it's kind of how we do it at EXP. Everybody just working together, collaborating. How can we help each other in our businesses? So totally appreciate your time and appreciate you being here. So I'm going to turn it over to you. You can share your screen, do whatever you want. We're here if you want to do Q&A along the way, or if you want to do it at the end, or they can put it in the chat along the way, however you want to handle it. It's the hour is yours. So we appreciate you being here again. Thank you.
I'm okay with either. I mean, I'm really gonna talk about kind of how I got started and then where I ended up. But I'd like to know, how many of you make video now?
Trying to.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many of you make 1 video a day? How many of you make 2 videos, or at least post them? 3? This is the first time I'm you guys are kind of a trial here, because this is a new presentation for me. I have been using another one, and somebody asked me to speak in a couple weeks. So here we go. Video has really helped me become so I can dominate the market. A lot of agents are scared of making video. And I think that there is a feeling that I'll start when I'm ready. I'll start when I'm better. Well, you can't start when you're better, because you're not going to get better unless you start making video. So we know that attention is currency. We know that if we make the videos, we will get more attention. And I think that also people think, well, I only got 50 views, or I only got 250 views, or whatever it is. And how nice is that to be able to talk to 50 people or 250 people by posting 1 video? How long does it take you to have 250 conversations? A long time. The videos also provide a lot of social proof, because the more authentic you can be, and the more that you're sharing your stories and showing people that how you take care of them by how you're taking care of the customers you're talking about, it does give you a lot of credibility. Consistency is always going to win. A lot of us are type A in real estate. A lot of us, we want to be perfect. And this is not the place to be perfect. Video is not. I mean, people want to see, I say the wrong word sometimes, and sometimes I don't even see it and I still post it, and then I get crap, but it doesn't matter, because I'm showing up as authentic as possible. So start where you are with what you have. I want to simplify it at the beginning here, because you want to attract attention, and you learn how to create compelling content when you start making video. You start finding your voice. It probably took me 1.5 years or maybe longer to find my voice, and then my voice has changed over time, right? Because, and I don't mean my actual voice, I mean the things I say in video. People are building relationships with you without you even knowing. They think that you are a superstar. When they meet you eventually, they're like, oh my gosh, you are the closest thing to a celebrity I've ever met. And it is kind of weird, but you get used to it. And then you're converting because you're consistently showing up. Not everybody needs to buy or sell a house today. And so we have to show up when they need us. So I started in Facebook. Now, some of this is not what I do now, but I'm going to show you kind of how I started, because it's not like I built a presence overnight on every single platform. I built a presence one at a time, and then, it adds up over time. So I started with Facebook. I met a gal named Krista Mayshore. She came across my Facebook page, and I'd never been coached before. And I was sort of dabbling in real estate, but I didn't really know, dabbling in video, but I didn't really know how to do it, how to distribute it, or any of those things. So as I got into her program, I started doing even more. I learned the basics. Now, I have a fancy camera, but I I don't use it at all anymore. We do everything on an iPhone, even the videos we do of houses for sale. I found my voice. I still am testing things. I still change things around. And then I saw results, and I think the results are harder to get than they were 7 years ago. So I think that's why you need to create a lot of content. I often say I'm a content creating machine, because I do feel like sometimes I do a heck of a lot of it. And sometimes it seems harder than it is all the time, but I have to push through. And everyone once was a beginner. I mean, I think back, the thing that I got on myself about the most was when I started telling stories. And I remember thinking to myself, why can't I be better at this? Well, I wasn't good at it because I hadn't done it. So what worked on Facebook is personal posts with video, local updates and stories about even things that happen in the community. Maybe about a pair of earrings that I bought at a local business, like anything like that I could talk about, post about, and then going live. I do not like going live. I do it as little as possible, but I always suggest that people should go live more than I do. So the results from Facebook, as soon as I started, and I do run quite a few ads, that's a whole nother thing, but on Facebook, and I started that way. And I think that it's reels and shorts and all the short form and even long form on YouTube. I'm going to get to that in a second. It's like an organic reach, whereas Facebook lead ads and things, that is something you have to pay for, right? So within 3 months of consistently posting, I started receiving phone calls, and that's still mostly how I get most of the clients from my videos. But lately it's been more email, which is interesting to me. Recognition in public. People tell me all the time, oh, you're that girl on TikTok. Oh, you're that girl or you're that agent on Facebook. And it's pretty interesting. I mean, even I recently was recognized at a Chris Stapleton concert by somebody who lived in Denver. They like came and asked me for their picture, and I was like, it was so like out of where I was that I didn't even like realize what happened until after it was over. Like the lady took a picture with me and went on her way, and told me how much I helped her when she bought her condo in Denver through my videos. My business grew in addition to traditional marketing. So I'm still doing like postcards and calls and all the things we normally do, pop buys, like all the things that all of us call traditional. I post way more than 3 times a week on Facebook now, but when I started, I posted 3. It built the consistency that I needed. So, and you may do something like this: Monday motivation, Wednesday market updates, and Friday fun posts, like about a deal or something like that. Your audience has to see you regularly to remember that you exist. There is so much noise on the internet, and so much competition for that. Engage in the comments. Now, my comments are now out of hand. And so it's very hard for me I'm working on how I'm going to get that done. I've tried VAs. They don't really, talk in my voice. I've tried all sorts of things. And Rosie, who's on this call, she does a lot for me, but we just can't keep up with them all. Use captions. This is no matter where you are on the internet, on social media, you want to make sure that people can read if they have the voice off or the volume down.
You've got a couple questions really quickly on Facebook.
Okay, go ahead.
Were you doing Facebook on your professional profile or personal?
That's a good question. Okay, so I kept until about a year ago, I kept my personal page private, but I made it into a creator account. As soon as I switched that, I went from like 11,000 followers to I think I'm at 32,000. And all of these, I don't have a slide for this, but all of this you can make some money on once you get the following that I have. And it's not a lot. I mean, we could go sell another house, but if we're getting and make more money, but if we're getting leads from all of these sources, we're making money anyway. We might as well make the money to keep people on the platform.
And then one more question. Do you boost your video posts?
Okay. So I would have no money if I boosted them all. So I pick like 8. I do pay somebody to run all my ads now. I do not boost. I run from the ads manager. And what we do is we take like all the buyer videos that I made for the month, and he'll take 8 that did the best and run those the next month, all in the same ad set. So that's a whole nother probably training. Any other ones?
Nope. You're
Alicia,
good.
can you share just for a second? Can you share? You said like kind of your breakdown. I know you're posting every day. You're certain days you're doing certain kinds of videos. How do you have yours broken down for yourself? What do you
Well,
do?
that's how I like suggest people to start.
Okay.
But I mean, now I just make videos like totally off the cuff. I do a little bit in ChatGPT, and I can share, if you guys want those prompts, I can give them to you. Rosie, you'll have to find them because we weren't prepared. Sorry. But I have a TikTok prompt and a YouTube prompt that I'll talk about them in a little bit. But I do a lot of reply to comments. I do a lot of stories about what's happening in real estate in my business, and I may wait to post them. So I'm trying to think of an idea. I mean, just like somebody went to an open house and the agent was like telling them all about the seller. They didn't want to work with that agent because they didn't want their stuff given back to the seller. So that just closed. So I'm going to wait a couple weeks and then talk about it a little bit more. I mean, I talked about it kind of sassy, right? That's one of the things that I'm sure I have on a slide here somewhere is you have to pick a side. If you just say, oh, earnest money is to keep you honest in the transaction, not back out, nobody's going to watch you. Or if you say one of the things that I believe in, now some of you might not, so this is the perfect thing, is that I don't think you should do a home inspection before you list your house. And that's a hill I'm going to die on. So I will, I talk about why, and I picked a side. If you all of us have really strong opinions and we're afraid to share them. Obviously I stay away from politics and with, everything I got, but anything else in real estate, I'm going to pick a side. Like one of the other ones is I think the seller should let the buyer use the repair person they want. I can explain that. Like those are the things that make your content polarizing. I might go to Home Depot and talk about like one of my most viewed. I think I made like $1,500 from the video. It has 1.2 million views on TikTok. Talking about a toilet. Like who would have thought a toilet would have gone viral? So then some people say, well, that toilet sucks. And other people say, I would never buy another toilet. And it goes back and forth. And that's how you get pushed out to the masses. Okay. So you have to pick a side is the most important thing out of all of what I'm sharing with you.
Jennifer asked what type of content when you first started were you posting?
I was posting like, this house is for sale. Like not, and a lot of scripted videos. So in Chris's program, and now you can do them on ChatGPT, but I did a lot of scripts. So I would have a teleprompter, and now I do a lot off the cuff. I do a lot where I have a script, but I just start and stop. So I'm going to talk about that when we get to TikTok, because TikTok's probably where the short stuff is where everybody has a lot of the questions. Okay, so YouTube. I went to I was invited to this video summit. Just a few people went, and I met this guy right before COVID that was like, Alicia, you have to get on YouTube. And I actually didn't really believe him. I was like, yeah, whatever. But something made me do it. So he gave me a list of videos. They were like, what to do in Casper, Wyoming. 10 things you should know before you move to Casper, Wyoming. Pros and cons of Casper, Wyoming. If you don't like this, you probably shouldn't move here. Things like that. Okay. So they were like around 6 minutes. And I got, I don't remember when I got my first lead. I have no idea why, but I think it was about 4 or 5 months in. And I actually have a whole training on YouTube as well that I gave a couple weeks ago at another one. I knew that this was a way to extend my reach. So what happened is, so this shows you in the last year, I've had 5 million views. Now, this is because I started putting shorts on YouTube, but the long form gives you longevity because those are like evergreen. It has SEO power. So when somebody types in moving to Casper, Wyoming, I'm going to pop up. If they go to the videos, now there's one other person, but for a long time, it was only me. And it builds trust. So I started with 6 minutes. I think now my videos are around like 9, 10, 11 minutes. Rosie actually writes them for me. And I use a lot of ChatGPT to write them too. So I sent her a pretty good outline. And that is one. Can we put that one in the chat? That's the one I built a prompt. Out of all of the YouTube videos I've made recently, I just said, hey, use everything I've given you and make a prompt. And so then I fine-tuned it a little bit. So it actually gives you put the prompt in, make a project, put the prompt in, and then it gives you what to say afterwards, after the prompt goes in at the very end. I don't think I explained that really good.
I'm grabbing it right now. It'll be a link in the chat.
Okay, so this is like the YouTube strategy in a nutshell, okay? Listing videos. Now, there are some agents that tell you not to put your listing videos on YouTube. I don't agree with that. They're not going to get as many views, but you have to show that you're doing business. And if you don't have listings, you go get them from someone else. You do a video based on that. And you can, I mean, you guys all can go watch the kind of stuff I do. Everything, or it's YouTube is moving to Wyoming or living in Wyoming. Local information like 10 things you need to know, pros and cons of living. Don't move to Wyoming if weather in Wyoming is a big one because the weather's not great here. And then how to content. Now, this is mostly in my shorts, okay? Like, 5 things you need to know about buying a house, or don't get pre-approved until you know these things, whatever it is. These are my best performing videos. And I'm going to point out here, like, thumbnails are a big deal, but this is a horrible thumbnail. And it's the most viewed on my whole site. My husband used to say, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. That is so true in what we do with video, because it cannot be stopped if it's something that people want to watch. It just can't. And it does take a little bit longer, I think, to grow on YouTube than it used to, just like I said, with everything else. And people are looking for this information. They are looking to see what it's like to live where they're going. So they're searching living in, moving to, relocating to. And so all of those should be your keywords. And again, this is a whole nother training, but sometimes there's simple keywords that I say for everybody to use. And those are the ones that I just said, relocating to, and I usually do relocating to Casper, Wyoming, relocating to Wyoming, or whatever I'm talking about. So like on Cody, I would put relocating to Cody, Wyoming as well with this one. Okay. I'm going down a rabbit hole. Sorry about that. But so started with long form. Result is increase in relocation buyers. So we close about 30 to 50 deals off of YouTube a year. Then I added short form. Now, what happened is I saw an increase of buyers and sellers locally. The long form doesn't bring in local people, but a lot of people scroll YouTube in shorts, and that's how they found me. Now, there's a lot of talk amongst, and I am not a YouTube expert at all. I mean, I feel like I know enough to get by, but I refuse to do long form and short form on separate channels. I was like, I can't even take care of what I have. I'm not going to make another channel. So I put them together. Now they're saying you can put them together, but they have a list of things that you should qualify for, and none of them work. This works for me. I think it can work for everyone. You just have to be consistent. We use vidIQ to help us with the title. We're actually helping having them help us with a thumbnail now. I'm not sure it's going to work or not, but we've been trying it. Hooks is always, what do you say when you start a video? And I think it is so important. No one should start a video, no matter what the platform is, this is Alicia Collins with eXp Realty. No one should say that. Nobody should say, hey, how are you today? Things like that. You need to post weekly for the long form and daily for the short form, and you can repurpose. Okay, so when I started YouTube, I didn't know what TikTok was. When I got a TikTok channel, we took my long form and we cut them up and we posted them on TikTok. I think that's a great way to start. I mean, this was years ago, so I'm not sure if it would work still now. I do not think that breaking up YouTube is like a good strategy for TikTok, but if you had nothing else, I would do that, because that's what I did. And I got my first 1,000 followers that way. All right. Now, TikTok, it's my very favorite. I feel like TikTok was made for me. When I started making videos on TikTok, I was like, this is where it's at. And the reason is because I talk in sentences, not paragraphs. So I could do it off the cuff. Yes, it took practice. So because of that, then I could get them edited. So what I do is I record a whole bunch. I hand it to, I have a TikTok phone, and I hand it to the gal up front, and she edits them, and then I post TikTok. No other platform could get my content in front of thousands of people so fast. And I do think, again, it's a little harder to grow, but the things that you can do with TikTok, and I'm going to show you, is just, I mean, you can create anywhere. TikTok just is the place for me. And then I put it everywhere else on the internet. So a TikTok is a Facebook reel, a Facebook story. I'm going to show you how I do it in a second. For a while, I just did TikTok and I didn't put it anywhere because I didn't realize. And then it, like, the repurposing of content, like, just clicked in my mind, and it changed everything for me. So I stopped overthinking. My first video got so many more views than my Facebook posts that I didn't advertise. I use trends. I don't do a lot of trends anymore. I mean, I do them occasionally if I think they're cool, but I did at the beginning. And you can look for trends and take ideas from other people and then make it your own. And the way you can do that, again, ChatGPT or whatever you use. I mixed personal and professional. The algorithm really rewards personality. So I that's why I like started telling stories and telling people what exactly to do to buy a house or exactly to do to sell a house or why you shouldn't do this and why you should do this. And the algorithm also rewards consistency. And there's been a lot of talk right now about, I mean, of the stuff I watch on TikTok is that you're not getting very many views. So TikTok saying, is this person going to post again? Or are they going to be done? So you post again. And so you have to be careful not to get too vain. And it's hard because I do it too. Like I want 26 million views. I want, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to not get into the vanity metrics. One of the things that I think a lie that we tell ourselves when we're creators is that we can't talk about the same thing over and over and over. I've talked about my favorite toilet. I don't even know how many times. I've talked about why that you should do these inspections. I don't know how many times, because 90% of the people that see your video every single time you post on TikTok are new. They don't know what you've talked about before. You can have 50,000 views in a 24-hour period. Some videos explode overnight and some of them sit there. And it is what it is, and you do the next one. You have to somehow disassociate yourself with that. But I do think it's ironic that the For You page and the search is so much less than your personal profile, because we're building. I mean, there's people that comment almost on every video that I know who they are. But it's totally interesting to me.
Tracy asked, is TikTok live important?
Yes, it's very important. Do I do it? No, I'm not. I don't love live, and my life is crazy. So I need to do it. One of the girls on my team, she does a lot of trends. And so we're going to make ourselves do one live together. The hook is like the first 2 to 4 seconds. And so I actually made a list, and Rosie will put it down there. It's a free download. It's viral hooks that hit, like hooks that have worked for me. So the biggest mistake I see sellers make is, here's the things that you have to exclude from your house. Here's the things that come with your house unless you exclude it. Here's the biggest mistake. Here's the is a great hook as long as you follow it with something that people want to know. So big mistake, best selling strategy, things like that. Always include a text overlay. So the TikTok prompt that I have says to give it gives me 5 text overlays, and so I can pick the one I like. So between the first hook and that text overlay that's a little different, that really hooks the buyer in, or hooks the viewer in. Again, you want to be authentic. You want to be, if something's funny, laugh about it. If you have an opinion, tell your opinion. The one thing about TikTok is that you don't have to be polished. You can be just say the wrong thing and correct yourself. I mean, I do edit things out of it. I'm not saying just post the raw video footage, but you don't have to be so perfect. I have trained my brain to look for content ideas everywhere. Like I write in my journal in the morning. I find viral video content everywhere. So I sometimes forget them, so I write them down when I have them. And I talk about real life transactions. Wait till you close to talk about it. Do not put something out there that could stir up a whole bunch of information. I have started asking buyers if I can video the house, because I did have somebody have a total fit. I do every single transaction, whether I have the buyer or the seller. Buyer you have to do afterwards, because it's not your listing. Here's whatever buys you in Casper, Wyoming. Some of them do really well and some of them do horrible, but it doesn't matter because you're showing you're doing real estate. If I didn't have any listings or closings, I would be going to one house every single day and ask in a text, if you could, and follow up with a call, if you can do a video of their house. And I would say, here's what $500,000 buys you in Casper, Wyoming. I'd point out all the good things. I would not point out any of the bad things. And one of the things that I do at the end of every single video is ask a engaging call to action. So how much would this property be where you live, and where do you live?
One more thing about going to other properties. If when you're talking about properties that aren't your listing, it's a really great way to network with other real estate agents as well, because that's what I do, is I make sure that I put them in my contacts, and then I've built my network that way, being in a new area.
Yep. And I think, do we have that download? So there's videos that you can make at every house. So you could go there and you could do, now I'm going down another rabbit hole. I don't know how I'm good I am on time, but you can go and do, this is whatever gets you in Casper, Wyoming. You can do, here's the things you have to leave with your house unless you exclude them. You can do the walkthrough. Why is it important to do a walkthrough on a house before you close on it? You could do the video of like why it's important to put in the bill of sale everything that's included in the house. In this house, what's included is, and you list like whether it had the shed or the play yard or something. I mean, obviously the normal stuff like the appliances, but then if there was something else in there, you would say that needed to be in there. I mean, there's just so many videos you can make. And you can tell a story about when somebody took a fridge and they weren't supposed to, something like that. So behind the scenes things that happen. And I think that real estate agents are really good at hiding all the things that happen, right? We want to make it all look perfect, which is part of the reason that, people think we're overpaid. Show the hard stuff. Show the stuff that, like, I lost my crap at an agent a couple weeks ago. I made a video about it. Am I proud of it? Absolutely not. But it showed that I'm not perfect. I think one of the best ways to build a social media following is replying to comments. And it's very easy to do in TikTok. You can go to my videos and reply to my comments. And I would love it if you would. Let's say you find one that went viral. You could take the toilet video. You could take one about how I think that sellers should clean their house. That one's pinned at the top too. They shouldn't do broom swept. Even if it says broom swept, they should clean it. They should not transfer the house with dirt. That goes crazy, right? So if you don't agree with me, you take the question or the answer of somebody or the comment of somebody that says, no, it says broom swept, that's what I'm doing. Then you would say why you think broom swept is okay. The other thing I do is I go to other viral videos that are about real estate. There was a guy that did a video that he talks to his agent or he talks to his clients on speaker and he posts them. And it was this lady was just chewing his rear for getting a lowball offer. And so and it went massively viral. I took 5 of those comments and a lot of them I covered kind of the same thing, but differently. And so I just replied to those with my opinion. Great thing that already is a hot topic. Take it and go. And then let's see, funny moments. I mean, we all have funny things. Like I had the cops called on me recently when I was showing a house. And there were 4 of them. The back one had something pulled. The front one I had sold a house to. That's funny. At least I think it's funny. I don't know if anybody's laughing or not, but okay. So here's my content creation habits. My whole office is laughing. So I film in batches. So like before this call, I had 5 minutes. So I made 1.5 videos. When I get off the call, I'll finish it. And I make if I feel good, like today would be I feel good today. So today would be a really good day for me to make a video. Or a whole bunch of videos. And I don't care about the clothes I'm in. The other day I made 12 in, I don't know, hour and 15 minutes. I post 3 a day. So that lasts me for 4 days. Like I have, I think about 58 edited drafts in TikTok that I can post when I don't feel good. This weekend I went to a horse competition. I did not record 1 video. It was fantastic. And I still post 3 a day. So I'm going to batch as many as I can. You can save the comments you want to reply to. So I save as I'm scrolling or replying to some of the comments just with text, I'm going to save the comment in TikTok. And then I'm going to go back and reply to it when I want to. You do not have to have sophisticated editing software. I record in TikTok. Somebody else edits it. She adds a caption. I add the actual description caption after. Make sure I like it, how she edited it, and then I post it. Post when it's not perfect. The video that got me like on the map on TikTok, I almost didn't post it because I thought the hook sucked. It was like, and this is years ago, like 3.5 years ago. It was here are the things, or I've been managing others and my own rentals for the last 20 years. Here's the products at Home Depot that last. And you guys, I like posted it before I got in the shower. When I got out of the shower that morning, there was like 10,000 views. And I'm like, wait, what's going on here? And 30,000 people started following me from that one video. So you have to keep going because you never know what is going to increase your following. Be you. Be bold. Safe content doesn't get remembered. The stuff, take positions, share your opinions, show personality. Bold doesn't mean it has to be so confidential or, controversial that it like repels people. But I will tell you that video repels the people that you don't want. and brings in the people that are your people, that are like you.
Jennifer asked, do you think there are video professionals that will edit and add captions to videos?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big, like somebody emailed me yesterday and said, I love your social media. What company do you use? And I found it kind of funny because, I mean, I just started adding people in my, on my team, like Rosie, that could help me, get everything done. I think you could look on Fiverr and try to find somebody. It might be more expensive than having, I mean, I don't know, the gal up front that does it. Now she's an agent. She also, sits at our front desk, but I just taught her how to do it. So I should probably do, a class on that too. Okay, where I film my videos, anywhere. Okay, like horseback, at my desk. I just did some at my desk before this. In my car, I have a magnet mount and I just put it on there, even standing on a fence. I mean, I do as many, and I also go to like Home Depot. I've gone to Lowe's when I'm out of town. I've gone to Floor and Decor. I don't ask, I just go film. And I would suggest you do the same. Power of repurposing. This is the secret sauce because so I take my long form YouTube, that should say long form, Rosie, I don't know why I put full. And I make it into a blog for my Facebook, for my website. I have the video embedded and then all the script is below. Now, on long form YouTube, I make a script and somebody is filming me with an iPhone on a gimbal, walking backwards. They have my phone, the script on my phone, and I have a remote in my hand. All of those long form YouTubes, Rosie would quit and not edit them if I did it off the cuff. So it is a script. TikTok, edit it on TikTok, post it on TikTok. Then it goes, Rosie puts that. So I use we should have a slide on this too, Repurpose.io. So that actually will drop the TikTok video into your Google Drive without the TikTok logo. It will do Instagram too, as well as post it on other platforms. So I like post on Snapchat, LinkedIn, and a couple other ones that I don't really care about with that. But Rosie actually posts to Facebook Reels, Stories, personal and business. On my personal page or my personal Facebook, I have a creator account. So you need to change it to creator before you start posting because you're not supposed to, if you don't have a creator account, you're not supposed to do business. And I don't know how to do it. You have to Google it. I've only done it once. Obviously. So Facebook Reels and Stories, other social media through Repurpose.io. I guess we could put that there. And then Instagram Reels and Stories. Now, there are people that will tell you that you should be doing separate content for Instagram. I had like 1,000 followers and now I have almost 20 only from this. And I rarely comment I rarely reply to the comments. Not saying that it's not important, but I still get leads from Instagram and I can only do so many things. So if I'm going to post 3 a day and I know they're going on TikTok, they're going everywhere else. That's just how I do it. And it's worked for me and it's worked for other people too.
So Alicia, real quick, you're posting here's the 3 videos for today. You're posting those 3 videos on every platform. I mean, is that how you're doing it?
Yep. Okay. So we're behind. So I started this a long time ago. And so we're like 2 or 3 weeks behind posting the stuff that is on Repurpose.io post the same day. So my video on TikTok is going to go on LinkedIn the same day because it's posted by that platform. If you have a following, it's always organic, posting manually is always going to be better than posting from a platform. And so that's why we post to all those places, but we're a little bit behind because Rosie doesn't work on Sunday and sometimes not Saturday. So I keep posting and so it gets us behind. Does that make sense? You said
the site Repurpose.io? Repurpose.io. What is it?
Yeah, repurpose.io. Yeah. And so it posts everywhere. So that is better than nothing. So if you are posting and you can start anywhere you want, it just has to be short form and it has to be like in a reel format. Up and down vertically. So you could say TikTok is my starting point. And I do a training on this like every other Wednesday, I think. You can come and I can set up your Repurpose.io. Anybody that wants to do it, totally. It takes me like, I don't know, probably 10 minutes. And I do as many as I can in an hour and a half. Anyway, so you start with something and then you make a workflow. So it's like TikTok to Facebook Reels, TikTok to Facebook Stories, TikTok to Instagram, TikTok to YouTube Shorts, whatever it is. And I think that is better than nothing if you don't have time. It's like $355 a year and it won't go to your personal or creator Facebook account. So ignore the trolls. I say my way, I say thank you for watching, or thank you for helping my algorithm. And that's my way of saying, go away. That's a nice way to say it. I actually like to reply to some of them. Some people are like, Alicia, you're stirring the pot. Well, sign me up then. Because I do not, people that say like real estate agents are used car salesmen, I say this is why we're not. Now, occasionally they bother me. And I think that they really bothered me when I started. I will never forget the first bad one. It was to a YouTube video, and people said, the people here hate her. And that bothered me for a long time. But I've gotten to be where I can kind of like put my armor on and reply to comments. And remember, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. I help a lot of agents start video. And these are the excuses, or lame excuses that hold them back. Okay. I don't like how I look. I don't like how I sound. I need to lose 10 pounds. I don't have the right gear. Well, you know what? You don't even need a microphone. Like I use a microphone when it's windy outside. That is it. Otherwise, you're getting the audio from my phone. I don't have time. So I sell 140 or 50 homes a year, not counting my team. If I have time to make as much content as I do, you have time to make that much content. I'll start when I'm ready. You're never going to be ready. You have to start as a beginner. If you saw I should put that in here too, some of my horrible video footage from the beginning, and people still called me, you guys, because I was the right person. I was saying the right thing. So how I stay consistent, I go to a ton of coaching calls, and I'm in a lot of things like this, listening. That's how it keeps me like on track with my mindset. I don't overthink it. And there are times that Rosie has to tell me, and the people around me have to tell me, like, remember, done is better than perfect, because I do get into that perfectionistic attitude. Don't fear failure. I think it doesn't really just apply to a video. It applies to everything. It applies to everything. If we don't fail, we're not getting better. The other day we found somewhere where people were making appointments with me, and I wasn't getting them. It wasn't hooked up right. Guess what? Yeah, is it a bummer? Absolutely. But we have to learn what happens when we don't hook something up, or when a connection, disappears. You have to take massive action. And even if it's small, massive action, even if it's one video a day, you want to be consistent. So if you can only do 3 a week, do 3 a week, and then go to 5 a week, and then go to 2 a day. Time passes anyway. You might as well build your video library. And, people, especially on YouTube, because it's on TV, people will call me and say, I binge watched you. I watched 30 of your videos last night. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. But it endears them to me. They are connected, and they're going to come to Casper and use me as their agent. They're not going to go somewhere else because they have a connection with me.
Someone wants to know, can you tell them more about your coaching calls? Do you do one-on-one training, or is it a group setting?
It's group. Yeah, I do one-on-one. I mean, that's in my stand store. I do some of that. I think it's so important for video right now. I think that it's the way that we show our value before we even meet them. And especially with all the things that are going on in the real estate industry, I think that we need to, be showing our worth by showing how we take care of people. Video has totally changed my life. It's probably my income's probably increased 400%. My son is in the business, and now we have quite a few younger agents. I would say 6 or 8 agents are under 25, and that has become kind of my superpower. And my assistant Lindsay, we train these new agents, and we're training them to be like us. So it's just awesome. I bought a second home in Georgia, and my team is winning. So this is my team. Everybody has a lot of responsibility, and we all work together. And so people know us before they show up. So at listing appointments, we're not typically, I compete a little bit, but I don't compete a lot with a bunch of agents, because people know that I'm going to take care of them by me showing it. The other thing that's happening now is that we are seen as a local authority. So people that I don't know are saying, oh, you should use Alicia Collins, which is just bizarre to me. Like, somebody will say, so-and-so told me to call you. I have no idea who they are. I look them up, and I don't recognize them or anything. And we're attracting our dream clients. Video is a filter. Again, we're repelling people we don't want to work with. I'm always testing. So a new platform comes up, I'm going to post on it. We posted on, what was that one that just went out of business? I think it's called Flip. We posted on that one. I mean, we try different things. We're always showing up. Consistency. I cannot say that enough. We always want to be staying engaged with those things. Y'all, you have to start right now. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. Post your first video today. Tell us something that one of the ideas I gave you, tell us something about that. Like, tell us your side of the story. In 6 months, you're going to wish that you started today, and your future looks completely different with video. And the worst one is only the one you didn't post. You don't need luck. You need action. It's not always about being at the right place at the right time. Now you're here at the right place at the right time today because you're hearing about video, but now you have to do something about it. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to choose a platform. If creating a content calendar is going to prevent you from making a video today, don't do it. I don't have one. Some people thrive on it. Batch create your first 5. Think about the ideas you're going to do and then post them. This is what I've seen. It doesn't always work this way, but like month 1 to 3, you're going to be building the foundation. Then you're gaining traction. Then you build momentum, and then you're getting all the calls. So I'm going to stop now because I think there's a few more, but I want to make sure I can answer everyone's questions.
It's really good stuff. Ted, you had a question. You want to unmute yourself and ask your question?
Yeah, no, thanks. My question was just, I have a tendency to get a lot of stuff done at home and all that, so I'm always in the same setting and all that. Do you find, is that going to be a killer, do you think? If I'm just kind of always, giving good information, good topics, but just at the same place, kind of just behind my desk or something.
I'm at my desk a lot. I'm in my car a lot. You could totally do it in your car, right? You're driving to different things. Yeah. And, that's one of the things, I'm glad you brought that up because I use every moment of my time. So I get to a listing appointment 5 minutes early. I'm not going to go in. I'm going to create 2 videos before I walk in the door. That's why I was making content before. Like, I need to make some more content that's not in a house. So I did it at my desk. I go outside and sit in the patio chair. I video. There's so many things that you could do. You could be sitting at the bar in your or the island in your kitchen, or at the dining room table. Move around. The other thing you can do is you can do a lot of content at your house. So I talk about what I might use my kitchen, and I make a joke like I kind of cleaned my kitchen to make this video today. Here's the things that I would take off my counter before I listed my house. And then I would talk about, why we don't leave stuff on the refrigerator. Stuff like that. Like, there's so many things you can do at your house. So think about that.
Right. Alicia, I have a question.
Okay.
So when you are in your car, how do you think of your content at that moment? That's what I struggle with. It's like, okay, you have it written on your ChatGPT 30-day content, but at that moment, is there a quick way to just see on your phone? Okay. And baseline.
So you can download. So this morning I replied to some comments. I took the comment and put it into ChatGPT in a project that I have. So I have one that creates everything I need. So the caption, the description caption, the call to action, all the things. So then I'm going to open it on my iPad or on my other phone or on my computer, and I'm going to just keep going back and forth. So I'm going to read a couple sentences, save them, stop the video, look again, read a couple sentences, get them in my head. And if you don't say it just perfectly, who cares? That's not what it's about. It's about getting it done. So you're going to go, and I would say that your TikToks probably at the beginning need to be 45 minutes or 45 seconds to a minute. I do mine over a minute because I'm monetized now, but you don't need to worry about that at the beginning. Okay. So, and I also can talk forever, sometimes 1 or 2 minutes. And so that's a way to do it. So you get them ready, like you're drinking your coffee in the morning. That's when I did it. I made 6 videos that I'm going to make today. Okay. Now, the other thing to do is to go to my page. It's Alicia Collins Real Estate on TikTok, pick a couple comments and reply to them. Just hit the button reply, and you can see that the video icon comes up. So you click that and you're golden. It shows up in my comments and it shows up on your page, your TikTok front. And if I don't know what to record, that's what I do. I go into, if I don't have anything prepared and I need to make some videos, I just go reply to comments. Almost every single video, if you go look, is a reply to a comment. There's the ones that I do at houses that I don't have a reply to comment, but sometimes I do. So, and then of course you can reply to anyone's comments. You don't have to ask, just go.
One thing to share, Alicia, and I think because you hit this right at the beginning, I think it's so key. I say it all the time: facts tell, stories sell. Stories. We all have stories. instead of just posting, how many times a day you scroll down Facebook and here's the closing, here's the agent with the couple and they're holding the key and they're at the title company and whatever closed today. Do a video, tell the story. Tell the story of what happened throughout that process. Make it a 1.5-minute video. We got this offer and we had 3 offers come in. We negotiated this. Here's what we were able to do. This came up in the inspection. We got it taken care of. Wow. And here we are 2 weeks later, we're at closing. And, are you guys happy? Yeah, we're thrilled. Whatever. Can't wait to move to our new place. I mean, get the story. Like, it's so much better than just that picture that we see 10 times a day.
I still do the picture. I'll be honest.
For sure. Oh, I'm not saying not to do the picture.
Yeah. But it's just another way.
Do a video. Yep. Yeah. There's so many ways to create these stories. Do stories along the way through the process of a transaction, So
I'm a non-disclosure state, so I can't say what property those 3 offers went to. But that was one of I need to do that more often because it was one of my most viral videos. I think it had 500,000 views. I said I had 3 offers about a year ago, and I went through each offer. Now I waited until I till it closed before I posted it, but I did it in the moment. Like, how are we gonna decide which one to pick? And shockingly enough, 2 of these don't even have a prequal. Or pre-approval. So I was like walking through the exact things I looked at on every single offer. I think that is a great idea. Like, which offer would you pick out of these 3? Mm-hmm. And then I did a follow-up.
Tracy posted, every transaction should be at least 6 posts or videos. And you can do, if you guys all just think about that, the process going through that, you're training buyers, you're training sellers. Those videos will get views, and then you take that video, it's just, go on YouTube, you post it everywhere. I love your idea of posting on every platform like that.
Mm. And you will hear people that say, don't do it. I just ignore them and go. Like, I think one of probably the worst things about real estate agents is they're looking for the magic pill. What if you just did one thing and did it all in? Like, what if you just did video and maybe along with everything else you're doing, right? But you started video and you just did it. You didn't hear about the noise. You heard the things to make it better, but that's all you did. If you did that and you did not stop, there is no way you can't be successful. No way.
One quick comment I want to make, because I know Jennifer brought it up as far as the editing. I think that's one of the things that holds a lot of people back. You can hire it out, Fiverr, but that can get very expensive, whatever. I'll tell you, about a year ago, I got CapCut. And I'll tell you, the first couple of videos, it took me, an hour, whatever. I was figuring it out. But honestly, now, like, I could do one on my phone and edit that thing with captions, with music, with even effects in there, and be done in 5 minutes. It's like, once you learn it, like anything, you can learn how to do it. Everybody on here could learn how to do it. It's not.
I used to edit my own. I edited my own for a long time.
Yeah.
A long time. And so TikTok and CapCut are exactly.
CapCut's really easy. I love CapCut. Yeah.
It is. Once you learn it, it's just the first couple, it takes you a little bit and you're trying to figure out what do I do. But once you learn it, like anything, it just gets easier and easier the more you do it. So I want to encourage everybody on here. You can do it. Don't let that be the thing that stops you. Because you could hire it out on Fiverr for $35, but that gets expensive for every video you're doing.
Yeah. Sometimes you can find people. The problem is I like recording in TikTok. So I don't think you can record in CapCut, can you?
Not that I'm aware of. I just record on my phone and then, but I go to CapCut, I edit it. Now I can take that video and upload it everywhere,
So see, in TikTok, you can start and stop. And so then you're just trimming like little pieces at the end. And so that's why I do it. But I think you just have to find what you do. And somebody said videos, it takes a lot of time. It starts taking less time the more time you do it. But you're right. I mean, it does take a while. But now I can whip out, I can go to a house and I got a comment by someone that said, I sell too many houses. There's no way I have time to do what you do. And so I timed myself and I did 7 videos at a house I was closing on in 25 minutes. So you just have to have them planned out before you get there.
ChatGPT, it's your friend. While we were on here, I just went into ChatGPT. I posted it in here. I just said, give me 10 video ideas for home buyers. Boom. 10 video ideas for home sellers, for move-up buyers, empty nesters, FSBOs, expired. 10 video ideas as a real estate agent that has nothing to do with real estate, something about my community. Boom. You can use that. You could do 50. Instead of 10, do 50. It'll give you 50. It's just, there's no limit to what you can do with that and come up with ideas quick. Turn it into a script. Let ChatGPT write the script. There's tools out there where you can get that right there on your screen where you can just read it.
We put what in the chat?
Did we put the TikTok?
Yeah, your TikTok channel's in the chat. For sure.
No, the chat, the prompt.
We did the YouTube one.
Will you find the TikTok one?
Yeah, one second.
Any other questions, guys, while we're on here? We'll wrap it up here in just a minute.
Yeah, hey
Anything
Alicia,
else?
this is Marcelo. Hey, when
Hi.
when you were talking about putting or making your channel into a creator channel on Facebook, was that
Yep.
just your personal one,
It
or
is.
that's it? So you just do your personal, and then you can post all of it on there. Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
and you
Okay.
just Google it. That's what I did. And there's a
Right.
privacy setting. So you have to, I took off the privacy setting.
Mhm.
You know, if you want to keep something personal, keep it personal. But I was mainly posting business in there anyway. I do throw personal stuff in there, but I don't really care. I mean, I feel like my whole life is on social media anyways.
Okay, thank you.
And I want to say one more thing is that we can show and y'all just met me, but about a year and a half ago, my husband passed away of cancer.
Right.
And I share this because video is what got me through the entire thing. Like I could show up with a brain that worked because I gave myself a break with making a video. You cannot think about anything else when you're making a video. And I use it. That's why I have 60 drafts, because I use it when I'm stressed out to like disassociate and like give myself a break. Okay. But I started talking. I thought, what if my grief could help other people? Now, I do not post it everywhere. We have a rule. It only goes on YouTube and TikTok. I do not post it on Facebook because we're a Facebook town here and I just don't feel comfortable doing it. But I've helped other people and other people have helped me. That's what this is about. This is not about just getting clients. It's about helping others. There are people that so I just encourage you like to share your things. Don't just share about real estate. Share the things in your life that have made you who you are today. I just wanted to leave you with that. I don't know where that came from, but
Good.
there we are.
Any last
Man.
questions, guys? Comments? Thoughts? Getting a lot of thumbs up. Teresa loved it. Tina, I think we all got some great stuff. Jennifer, yep. Thank you, Alicia. So, guys, thank you very much. Alicia, thank you. Thank you for being here. You're doing awesome stuff. 250 homes a year. I mean, in that team you showed that picture of, you got a great team obviously behind you.
Thank you.
You know, whatever. There's a
Fun.
lot we can do with this. So the key is, guys, get started. Don't overthink it. your first videos, I go back to, I'm the same way. I haven't done it for a while. I need to get back at it. But some of those first videos, like, oh my goodness, what the heck was I thinking there? You know what? You get better and better the more you do it, like anything. So anyway, great stuff, guys. Have a great week. Tomorrow, same time, we'll be back here. Just our open mastermind, connect to collaborate. Okay.